Welcome back to the channel, guys. Super excited to be here with you after what has been an amazing trading week. We have multiple opportunities that we're taking on Akashx with my trade alerts. For those that don't know, I'm actually an educator for a platform, part of a company called My Daily Choice. And we have a brand called Akashx where I am actually one of the official educators, where I run live sessions, I have my entire boot camp, and I have my trade alerts. And really this week, we've really dialed in to start the month of June. Obviously, first week of every brand new month, we're going to have a lot of high impact news, right? So going over to forexfactory.com, we saw that we had PMI, we had NFP, unemployment claims, a whole lot going on to really kick off June. And so with the news comes a lot of volume and a lot of opportunity in the markets, really. And, when we start off the month, you want to try to get a win, right? And that's just not the way it plays out sometimes. We had our first trade of the month where we were looking to take some buys off of this 18,620 level. Usually what I do for my students that know how I trade with my Liberty strategy, we're looking for breakouts of this red range that we have highlighted here. We saw price starting to break up above that. We got that nice little retest into this area. We started seeing it respect, and that's where I ended up pulling the trigger. On the 5-minute time frame, you get a little bit more detail. Started seeing price reject off of that level. Got into the trade. Didn't have enough buyers step into the market. Ended up hitting stop loss here. Market kept going. All right. So beginning of the week, beginning of the month, you're looking to get a W. And it doesn't always play out that way. And it's all about keeping, the bigger perspective in mind, which is, hey guys, it's just one trade, right? So didn't take any trades the next day. We saw that we had potential sells here, but they came during London session, and then things got like really choppy. And waited until finally in that day, we got this beautiful buy entry right here. So if we see again, out of the red range, we typically like to either buy or sell off of it using a couple other confirmations. We missed the sells again because I'm sleeping during London. I'm not trading during that time. But later in that session, we did get the buy signals. Why is that? Well, we already saw a couple of different things if we scale up to higher time frames, and keeping again in mind the bigger picture of what was happening with NAS. We saw that we had this low that was put into the market, ended up having this high, went for those buys on Monday, didn't work out. But as we, had this real strong sell-off on Monday, we see that we really stopped here, and obviously by a long stretch did not violate these lows, meaning that overall the structure was very bullish, especially once we started breaking up above here. And that was part of this really nice trade that we took together on Akashx, which was definitely the banger of the week and so far, obviously, of the month. So it all started from here, where we started seeing price shift structure above this significant high right here. Price failed to make new lows in the markets and then working its way back up, right? So structure was very bullish, number one. Key level that was marked over here at around that 18,620 level, like we just mentioned earlier. We see that whenever price tends to push below that, we get some nice sells. When it starts to push above that, we have buy potential. So that's why these key levels are a big part of my trading, especially for NASDAQ, right? So we see that here, we had a very strong bullish push above this 18,620 level. Keep in mind on Tuesday, we had job openings, right? That was the news that really kicked in right here earlier in the day that started this whole, massive volume kicking into the markets. From that point, really scaling down to smaller time frames like the 5-minute, we saw here that number one, again, we are going with the momentum of the overall uptrend that we were just discussing. That's one confirmation. Number two, we started breaking above the range right here. And we are also trading above this key level of 18,620. So everything was really indicating to push the button on these buys. I keep my traditional 50-point stop, 500 pips. And the targets, traditionally I'm going to go for 3-to-1s. And typically with the 3-to-1s, what we want to do is we want to monitor on, smaller time frame price. How does the market behave once we actually hit our target, right, of 3 to 1? Well, from that point, we just got to look at structure, right? We saw that we had these lows as we started coming up until we hit that 3 to 1. As long as none of these lows start to get ran and we start seeing the market come back down, that's what would make me want to get out of that trade. But until we get those type of reversals, confirmations, we're not going to worry about price turning around. So we can continue to squeeze more of the percentages, more of the pips out of this potential trade. And so obviously looking at the next key level on the way up was this 18,900 level where we seen price kind of gravitate towards, making this trade extend from a 3 to 1 to a 5 to 1 plus. Obviously, you guys can see the after effects where we were able to really hold this for pretty much almost a whole 10 to 1, right? When it was all said and done. A big level for me, other than this key level that we had here at 18,900, was that clear big time historical number of 19K. 19K for NASDAQ was a big milestone target, right, in history, for us to have all-time highs in the NASDAQ. Obviously, this has been a year of history because we've seen gold get to all-time highs, Bitcoin, NASDAQ. So really, life is bullish right now for real. And we're taking advantage of it, right? So I want to show you guys on Akashx because, again, I can even go over some of the other trades we saw here to end the week. Some smaller positions. Really, again, the biggest trade was definitely the Tuesday one. But here on Akashx, we can see this is our home site. I'm under the trade alert section. I have it filtered out for NAS100 because that's basically all I trade. 10 days ago, I did have this last sell here. That was to end May. And then for June, we saw that we hit stop loss on that first trade. This was that banger trade on Tuesday that we called. And then kind of going back to the most recent trades right here, we see the TPs that got hit on these last two positions to end the week. So all in all, definitely a fantastic week to kick off June. Obviously, not just for myself, but for our members. And I really wanted to highlight for you guys on the screen here some of the testimonials that you'll see pop up within the community, really showing what the power of liberty is, what the power of my trade alerts, but most importantly, the education that I provide, right? Because for me, my biggest thing is creating success stories, not just based off of them necessarily taking my ideas and the trades that I'm taking. That's a portion of it, but I'm really, dedicated to seeing new up and coming traders learn the skill set, right? From my perspective of smart money concepts, things like supply and demand, and then my specific strategy for NAS100, which is liberty. So adopting all of those mental frameworks, strategies, the vocabulary, everything that I do, I think that Akashx has been an amazing space that has the tech, has the infrastructure, the leadership, really everything to help people from the ground up become great traders and entrepreneurs in this space. So just wanted to really come on here, show you guys what a week in the life of an Akashx educator / member looks like, right? Again, we're going to have days that are not so great. We're going to have weeks that are not so great, but then we're going to have weeks like this. And these are the weeks where we really move the needle forward, right? I love the Telegram. The public Telegram for myself jumped like 50 people overnight from about 375 to over 425 members and counting right now. The funny thing is we'll look back on this video in, the next couple months, a couple years, and we'll be like, wow, humble beginnings, right? But I'm definitely grateful for where I'm at right now. I'm definitely grateful for everybody that's a sub to this channel as well as to the Telegram and that is part of my Akashx community. So, things are looking up, guys. Things are definitely looking up. We are headed into the second, half of the year, being that we are stepping into June. So a lot of exciting things, guys. We're going to have a trip to Cabo, Mexico in the next week and change, almost 2 weeks. So we'll definitely have a vlog out for that. You already know, pips and trips, smart money, dumb views. But yeah, guys, just wanted to come on here and really showcase some of the trades that we've recently taken. and really inspire you to really tap in with me, right? If you haven't joined the Akashx, if you haven't ever received, hands-on mentorship in the trading space ever before, this is really the cheat code to just getting to where you want to be by the end of the year. I don't tell people you can do a lot in their first day, first couple of weeks, even their first couple of months. But if you give yourself 6 months to a year of consistency, studying, getting around mentorship, man, you can do a lot of damage in this industry. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm definitely excited again to showcase our Cabo trip that's coming up real soon. Obviously, I will keep you guys updated with my funded journey. I know some of you guys are looking probably for updates on how that's going and everything. So definitely stay tuned as I, pass phase 1 and continue those parts of the challenge as well. But guys, with that said, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on those post notifications so you never miss any videos in the future. And until the next video, guys, let's run it up.